days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
I'm struggling because, I have a lot of integrity and I'm very truthful. I don't know where we are. I don't know what's going to happen in November. I think whatever happens either way is going to be not good for the country, not good for us specifically. But I don't know how to fix it right now.
I don't know how to fix it. One thing I do know is that I don't know who the Democratic nominee will be. However, I am convinced, I am convicted that it is all of our jobs, not Joe Biden's job, not Kamala Harris's job, not Gavin Newsom, Barack, or Michelle Obama's job to save us from whatever is to come from a fascist, Nazi-esque Trump 2.0 administration. We have seen, and we should take extraordinarily seriously, the individual tenets of Project 2025. And shout out to everybody who has carried that drumbeat into the mainstream media, such that I know Black folks on the street, normal folks, good folks on the street are now talking about it in a way that they are not talking about the esoteric talking points and policy points of just any old think tank out here in Washington, D.C. So when you watch CNN, they've got the slick looking, non-threatening Republican strategists and such who will minimize a Project 2025 to say, oh, well, it's just a think tank. No. This is, first of all, it's the think tank as far as the right is concerned. And second of all, it's the actual agenda. So shout out to all of us who have kept that drumbeat going long before anybody was really paying attention and knew what it was. And now it's a thing that I think that all of us are, at least the rebels who are highly educated, motivated, and paying attention. Y'all know what this is, right? And so I'm glad to be in a place where I don't have to talk about introductions about this. If you don't want that and all of the negative ramifications that come from that, what I know is we need to get out of this notion of horse race politics, and we need to get locked into the notion of defeating that. And I don't know if that's Joe Biden. I don't know if that's Kamala Harris, but I know it's all of our jobs to defeat that. If you are a Democrat, I was talking to our dear brother Jared Lodeholt about this just last week. If you are a Democrat and you have likely participated in state and local elections, anywhere from working for them or just voting, it's been a long time in which you have had to hold your nose and vote. It is not the preferable state of affairs, but it's better than that. It's better than this country devolving into some form of fascism. It's better than defunding public education. It's better than taking away all public financing for public transportation. There are very intentional and targeted oppressive techniques that are a part of Project 2025. And even if you didn't call it Project 2025, now we have the ability to name it. But even if you didn't call it that, who wants to go back to where we were, in which the leader of the free world was telling folks to inject bleach and shine light in our bodies in the face of a global pandemic?
That's not resonating. That's not resonating for whatever reason. It's not resonating. The COVID disaster is not resonating with people.
Because we're not talking about it.
No, I know what you're saying. And I absolutely, that's not a talking point that's resonating. But what will resonate, I think, is who wants to go back to back of the bus? Who wants to go back to sundown towns being everywhere, not just in certain towns in, North Carolina, South Carolina, where who wants to go back to, and it's weird because we're in this space where folk are already segregated. So desegregation didn't quite work because white flight happened, right? As soon as our children could sit next to their children, they left, right? So they have always been running away from us to self-segregate. But now the law is saying, I don't have to let you in medical school. You know what? I don't have to allow you to fund businesses in your community. Matter of fact, it's against the law. I could sue you for that. As a matter of fact, if these books are too black, we can ban them by law because it's making my children feel bad.
I'll tell you, Karen, that as a Democratic operative, and I know that all of our listeners are not Democrats, but I can tell you that the Democrats are the party of the big tent. So the negative side of that is, and I generally talk about it in the negative because it's very tough to herd all these cats, but the positive side is that between COVID or the back of the bus or not having voting rights, something in all these negatives resonates with somebody in our big tent. So all of it matters because we had a global pandemic in which everybody had to sit in their house for 2 years, and we have real folks who died, right? As a matter of fact,
I didn't say it didn't matter. I said it's not resonating.
No. I'm saying all of it. I'm saying it resonates with somebody. Because somebody had a relative who really died from COVID, and the president really said inject yourself with bleach.
And the messaging has been, the vaccine.
But I will tell you, back of the bus doesn't resonate with everybody. Back of the bus don't resonate with my kids who don't understand that their grandmother actually sat in the back of the bus, right?
Until their asses have to sit at your kids ain't riding a bus.
Absolutely.
But until your children can't go somewhere, until they will not be welcome somewhere. When they show up to an event.
It is. Let's push in. What I'm saying is, let's push in all the chips because all of it resonates with some small section of our big tent, and none of it is where any of us want to be, right? So if you can think of all of the horrific outcomes from electing him again, let's prevent that. And let's do your small part to prevent that. And if that means that you don't like Kamala Harris, now we can get into that. And I can get into deconstructing why you think you don't like Kamala Harris, right? But if you think you don't like Kamala Harris, then do what you've been doing, which is holding your nose and voting against that. If you think Joe Biden is old, hold your nose and vote against that. Because what we're doing is engaging in this personality-based horse race politics. And again, I say all the time, politics became the realm of celebrity, and Barack Obama exacerbated that. But let's get away from the horse race and let's get into voting against that.
Okay. I agree with that. 866-801-8255.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.